Ladies. We got to start looking at our dental hygiene. I don't know what's been going on in these streets, what y'all been consuming, but the breath is hot. 4DX hot. I ain't never smelled no shit like that, but I'm smelling it a little bit more and more frequently. I don't know what the fuck y'all consuming, what y'all eating, but we got to stop it, right? So I linked up with this Asian Mexican John. Fine shit, right? I told her to come straight to the crib because one of my homies was like, bro, you got to stop taking these girls out on dates and things of that nature, right? So I was just like, all right, bet. Let me try to take them straight to the crib. And she took it. I told her straight up, listen, you could come to the crib and we could have a picnic. We're going to have a ball, right? She comes over. I open the door. I'm telling you, fine like wine. She was fine. Easy 8.5, 9. You feel what I'm saying? No makeup. I was like, yes, today is the day that we lock it in. I don't have to make these videos no more, right? We get to chilling, we vibing, right? And I ordered a quesadilla. Y'all know I don't eat no meat. I'm not a meat eater. You feel what I'm saying? I low-key kind of cheated the other day. I ain't gonna lie. So don't crucify me in the comments. I know. Don't crucify me. Listen, I fuck up too. But for the most part, 95% of the time, I don't be eating no meat. But boom, right? I got a quesadilla. She got some tacos. You know what I'm saying? She Mexican, so she had to have some tacos somewhere in the menu. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. We get to chatting about regular cordial conversations, and we put on she put on a movie. It was called like 23 Jump Street, right? I think 23, 22 Jump Street, whatever, 25 Jump Street, whatever the fuck the shit is called, right? She put that movie on, and we watching, and you know what I'm saying? We kind of like apart for now, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to get too close at first, you know what I'm saying? So we vibing, we chatting, we watching the movie, right? I got popcorn and shit. We over here snacking, boom, 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 boom. And he like, damn, you guys are eating beforehand. Of course your breath is gonna stink. I'ma get to it, right? So the food comes, right? The food comes, you know what I mean? And we get to eating our food and whatnot. Shit good as hell. Boom. She brushes her fucking teeth, right? Because she brought some stuff over. We had an agreement. She was like, I'll come over and I'll spend like a day, the night there. A lot of people's going to be like, bro, why are you doing that with a shorty that you just met? Listen, this is not, this I don't give a fuck, okay? Listen, I don't be having shit to do at night, so I'm like, all right, fuck it. Why not? She could kick it for the crib, leave in the morning. I don't see the problem, right? So boom, right? She brushes her teeth, and then I see like a vape device on the side, right? It's like it's gum rolled, gum, some shit, right? It's like it looked like a battery pack, right? And I saw it. She put it right next to the bed, right? Because we went to go lay down. Boom, right? And mind you, this is after we brush her teeth, right? She turns around and she's like, "So did you enjoy the movie?" I was like, "Yeah." Right? And I thought, I flinched a little bit because I thought I smelled something. I thought it was like my upper lip or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I flinched a little bit. I was like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? And this is after she brushed her teeth. So I'm just like, ooh. I'm like, am I bugging or that's me, right? I'm like, yeah, I enjoyed the movie, but I kind of flinched a little bit, right? And she was like, I said, did you enjoy the movie? It's just kind of fire. Mind you, I ain't gonna lie, halfway through the movie, once I eat food, I be slumped. You know what I'm saying? I was gone, sleep, right? So boom. I'm like, did you enjoy the movie? She was like, yes. Oh, nah, I wasn't bugging. That was some real 3D shit right there. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that shit was 3D. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh. And my face kind of like crunched up a little bit. It did a crunch, like an ab roll. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, this is real. This is what it is. I said, okay. And I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, don't take this the wrong way, but the breath, the oral is a little hot. I said that. I said the oral is a little hot. She's like, the oral? I'm like, the breath. Breath is, I said it just like that. I said the breath is a little hot. You feel what I'm saying? I said, yeah. And then she was like, what do you mean? That's so rude. I'm like, I'm just letting you know because it's throwing me for a loop right now. And it's you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. But you know what it was, bro? It's like you can tell that she brushed her teeth. It still had the minty smell, but there was like something behind that, like a force. There was a force behind that motherfucker. It's like, you know how like somebody smokes a lot and they have that the force behind the minty breath, it's like, it was bad, right? So it would like come through fresh and then convert into some other shit like a dragon. And I was like, ooh, right? So I'm like, I don't mean any disrespect. It's just, I want to be honest with you. Would you rather me lie and tell you otherwise? And then she was like, I understand what you're saying, but there's a way to say it. I don't think I was being rude. Was I being rude? Was I being rude? Right? I first said the oral was hot, so I was trying to tread lightly. And then she said, what? And then I said the breath. There's no other way to say it. I'm trying to look out for you in your best interest. But it's like, she brushed her teeth and the shit was still hot. There's an underlying issue. She got that marijuana, the breath. And it was bad, right? And I was like, do you, I have mouthwash, you want to use that, right? And then she like abruptly get up and then she's like, where's the mouthwash, right? I tell her what a mouthwash is. She does it. She go brush her teeth again. I hear her mouthwash, boom, right? Do the whole thingamajigger, right? Comes back into the bed and then she's like, is it better now? I wish I could say yes. But it wasn't. And I'm like, okay, see, this is why I be telling motherfuckers to stop the weed smoking. You feel what I'm saying? Because some of y'all motherfuckers smoke so much that it harbors in the back. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's like you can smell the residue of the Mary J. And it's like them people that don't just, I don't want to say the word because I don't know I'm going to get yellow off. The people that put extra ingredients inside of the ha-ha? See what's one of them motherfuckers. They be putting grabbers, moonshine, K3, all types of ingredients in their shit. And it's just not the plant itself. And then again, it's like, my nigga, this shit that you getting out here in Americas, especially in Texas, is sprayed. It is not the real organic Jamaica from the blood clot land. You get me, right? And I am not someone who smokes. I don't smoke, right? I know a lot of people's like, damn, you don't smoke. You look like you smoke. Everybody assumes that I smoke because I'm a black man with tattoos. You're racist. Word, right? So I'm talking to her. I'm like, I'm not going to lie. I can still smell it. And then she's like, I don't know what you want me to do because, yeah. And then her phone starts ringing. I see no caller ID calling her phone. Right? And I'm just looking at the corner of my shit. I'm like this, right? And then she kind of like shimmies the phone away, right? And I'm just like, okay, that's another fucking red flag of death. Okay, cool. We're not going to talk about that, right? So I kind of bypass it, you know what I'm saying? And then we get to like, just getting into it, you know what I'm saying? We getting into it, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just going to, you know what I mean? Hold my breath, you know, while we make out and shit. And we end up going, you know what I'm saying? I take her to town. Throwing her everywhere, right? So boom, I did that, and while we're having our relations, this motherfucker keeps getting a no caller ID on her phone. So I'm just while I'm, you know what I'm saying, exerting energy, I'm trying to keep it very PG right now. I ask her, I'm like, your phone be ringing a lot, your hotline blinging. I'm like, you know what I'm saying, while I'm exercising and shit behind her, I'm exercising behind her, and I'm like, yo, call who's that? She said, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Turns out it was her ex, right? I'm going to get into that in a second. But turns out it was her ex, right? So boom. We get to doing our thing. We finish, we do the thing for like a good hour or two, like a good 2-3 rounds, you know what I'm saying? Right? And we lay down. Next morning comes around. First thing I hear, beep, 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 beep. No caller ID. So I asked the question again. I'm like, who is that? She's like, I'm not going to lie to you. Don't be mad, but it's my ex. He's been kind of stalking me, you know, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't react like that, but in my mind, I'm just like, oh my God, I don't like dealing with people that are still dealing with their ex. It's just not something I do because there's always some room for some bullshit, right? When you deal with somebody that still has their ex in the picture, it's just not a good situation. It's not good, right? And for him to be calling, there was like 32 missed calls. And then she was like, he keeps calling me. keeps calling me, right? The dude just kept ringing up her shit, and it was from no caller ID, so she can't block it, right? So I'm just like, what's going on with that situation? You know, like, I think you need to, handle that or whatever, right? Right? We try to have a cordial day afterwards. We end up going to the mall and shit, right? But it's like that plus the breath. I don't know. I just ended up telling her like, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. You cool, but I can't do it. I can't do it, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because fast forward, there was a day where she wasn't at the crib, right? And I was doing some homework assignments for this quality assurance fucking course that I was taking. And she had called me. I picked up. I was like, yo, what's up? She was like, can I come over? I'm like, I can make you come over later. I got to think about it because I got some work some homework I got to finish up. And she was like, you know what? Never mind. I'm just going to drink and fall asleep. And I was like, I don't think you should do that. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, oh, it's just my ex is in a hospital, this, that. What the fuck that got to do with me? Huh? Your ex is in the hospital. I'm like, I'm listening. I'm like, oh boy, this is like, no, this is just terrible. And my ex is in the hospital, this, that, and the third, right? And then she's like, yeah, I feel bad because, I introduced him to like weed and stuff like that. And now he got hospitalized for dosing. And I'm just like, oh, this is a common issue I see. We just, you know what I'm saying? Everybody doing something. I'm stuttering a lot because I'm filtering myself, right? Because I'm not trying to say the wrong thing. Because the last video that got the yellow mark from hell. So I'm just trying to tread very lightly now. Trying to tread very lightly. But she told me that. All right, and I said, I hear you, but I cannot, I can't let you come over right now because I got an assignment to finish. I'll let you know later. And then she hung up on me, right, like abruptly. And I was just like, okay, what the hell, right? Then she texts me and says, I just wanted to spend time with you so that it will make me feel better about the whole situation. So now I'm like, bro, you can't just come over when shit is bad on your end. That's fucked up. You're utilizing me to escape whatever you're feeling. Like, I don't like that. And I basically told her, I said, yo, I'm not going to lie with you. I fuck with you, your vibe. You know what I'm saying? But you got to resolve whatever issue you have with your ex. And you also need to stop putting you got to put the what's the word? The coping mechanisms down. I'm not trying to say the word because, again, yellow mark of death. You got to put the coping mechanisms, the ha-ha and the you got to put them down, right? I don't want to be messing with a shorty that is highly, that does it before they wake up. They smoke the ha-ha before they wake up, before the shower, before brushing their teeth, after they brush their teeth, before food, after food. It's just like, bro. And it's like, I knew it was bad because when we were in bed, the vape would sit right there, and then she would wake up in the middle of the night, grab the vape and hit the snooze of death right after. I'm like, this motherfucker's different. I'm like, how common is this shit? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like an oddball because I don't smoke or drink like that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like when I tell women that, they're like, oh, you're like sober. I'm like, yeah, for the most part. I don't have no bottles in my crib, none of that, right? The most I'll do is I'll drink outside when I'm out like partying or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, on a weekend. But other than that, like, I don't do it for leisure activity. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to sit here and act like, oh, I'm mighty because I don't drink. I don't have any bottles in the crib. Like, I don't give a fuck. Do what you want. But it's just like, it gets to a point where a lot of people don't understand that. They're addicts, right? Especially when they use the Mary J. A lot of them like to block it and make it seem like, oh yeah, I just use it because it's a stress reliever. I hear you, but again, that shit, when you do it before you wake up, how you do it, there's people that could do it before they wake up. That shit's crazy. How you do it before you wake up? Somehow, some way, right? But that's the level of extremism I'm talking about when it comes to it. And they be like, no, I'm not an addict. But let them go a day without that shit. You're going to start seeing withdrawals. I'm telling you. It's just bad, right? At first, I thought I did not mind dating someone who smokes the JJ, but it's like now that I look at it, it just depends on how often that you use it. If you use it like as leisure, like every now and again, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that's cool. But it's like if it's every day, Yeah, that's when I kind of draw the line. You get what I mean? And it comes with the breath, right? It's like no matter what she did, no matter what the mouthwash, it was just like sitting in her breath. And I was not with that. You feel what I'm saying? It was bad. You know what I'm saying? The whole time I'm making out with her, I'm scrunching my face and shit. Ooh, right? Fire. She was fine. Fine shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck it, whatever, let's do it. You know what I mean? But I was trying to skip the foreplay. I'm sorry. Hell, right? But a lot of people's gonna be like, bro, that is a stupid reason to break up with somebody. It wasn't just that. It was the ex still being in the picture, the avid use of these vices. Like that is a literal addict behavior. You have it right next to the bed. You have it not even next to the bed, in the bed. And you're grabbing it in between the wake ups, the shifts when you wake up, right? You grab the joint, the shit is red. That means it needs to be charged. So you really inhaling whatever the battery is. You know what I'm saying? And then you go back to bed. That's crazy. And then it's like she has the raspy voice too. You know what I'm saying? It's not like super raspy, but she man, it's just like, I mean, yeah, it just wasn't good. It wasn't ideal. So it was like, when shorties, you know what I'm saying, when they ask me like, oh, do you smoke? Do you drink? I'm just like, yeah, I don't smoke. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'll like, if I'm like at Cancun or something like that, I'll take a little dab or two. You know what I'm saying? Be like, shit, I'm fried. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I was at a New Year's Eve party. I took a pull of one of my friends, you know what I'm saying, one pull, I'm telling you, that shit had me on cloud 30. Oh God, I was gone. I was like this. Holy shit. This is what real life feel like. I was gone. You know how you move your hand and you don't even know that you moved it, but you look at your hand and then it moves after? I felt like I was out of my body. I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. And I said, you know what? I never want to feel like this shit again. I don't know. You guys, whoever can function like that, you guys are talented. I swear to God. You guys are talented. Because I don't know how, the fact that she was able to smoke that and function in the club, I don't know how she did it. I ended up getting kicked out the club because I was out here bumping into everybody. This was like in 2019. I'm bumping into everybody. I'm fried. You know what I'm saying? I'm fried. Gone. You know what I'm saying? And then I got kicked out by security, and they had to call my ex-girlfriend, right, at the time. And I was under a car to keep warm because it was cold as shit outside in New York, right? She came, picked me up, and I swear to you, bro, I was like high for an entire week. I don't know if you ever had like, I think the closest thing of me being like that again was when I had an edible. You know what I'm saying? And it was brownies. I had brownies, and I thought they were regular brownies, right? I was eating them, and then one of my homegirls came upstairs and was like, Joel, what happened to all the brownies? I'm like, I ate a few, you know what I'm saying? Because it was supposed to be for a hotel party, you know what I'm saying? We used to do that back then in New York, right? And then she was like, Joel, those are not regular brownies. Mind you, I don't know what the fuck an edible is at the time. She was like, Joel, those are not regular brownies. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about, regular brownies? She said, those are edibles. You're not supposed to eat that much. Bro, when I say the minute she said that shit and it clicked, my nigga, I was floating, bro. I was fried. And it's like, all you need is one of these. I ate a whole brownie, gang. And I love brownies. I'm like, yo, these shits is extra good. I don't know what the fuck they put in this. This shit extra good. When I tell you, bro, I was fried, I vomited green. Sorry for the graphics. I was fried. And then I went to work the same week. And then the students, because I was a dance teacher, they asking me, hey, Mr. Joel, you okay? I'm like, I'm great. I'm just feeling a little, I'm great. Bullshit. I'm great. I'm just a little under the weather. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over here. I'm like 5, 6, 8. I'm delayed. I'm so glad they did not have a, what they call it, the staff. Like they have the principal come to the school and kind of watch over the activities. It's some kind of, I forget the name of it, but it was not one of them days where they did the activity examinations, right? As a dance specialist. And I was so glad because I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm fried. You know what I'm saying? I'm fried. And the students probably knew because I was working in I was working in Flatbush. If you know Flatbush, it can be very ghetto at times. So they probably knew I was fried. I ain't gonna lie. But I was cool with the students, so they ain't rat me out, right? So it's like, bro, I don't smoke. I don't drink. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of the times I look like a lame to a lot of the shorties that I attract. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. I'm cool with that. But it's like, at least I don't get the breath that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone that smokes, you know what I'm saying, has bad breath. But I don't know. But for some particular, why? If anyone that, you know, indulges in the why is it that some of their breaths be hot as a bitch? No matter if they brush their teeth, mouthwash, floss, it's just like, ooh, I don't know if it has something to do with the gut. I'm assuming it's the gut because it's like your breath is a resemblance of what's inside of your body and the way that you smell as well. Hold on. All right, we good. Yeah, the way you smell is a byproduct of what you put in your body. So I'm just like, she might have really been getting to it. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like the air is sitting in her shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I feel like the air is just hibernating and floating in her stomach, in her bones and shit. And then when she talks, like a little bit of it gets released every time. I don't know. That's the only sense I can make of the situation. So it's just like bad breath, X is still in the picture, and then a slight bit of like attitude because she was mad that I didn't want to hang out with her because I realized that she was trying to use me to kind of offset her negative feelings that she felt about whatever situation. So I'm just like, and then another thing was that she would drink when something negative would happen. Because remember what I said earlier, she called me, right? And I told her no because I had to do homework, and she knows that I was doing homework. I told her the day before, right? I said, I got to do homework tomorrow. That's why you got to leave, right? Told her that, and she got mad and said, okay, I'm just going to resort to drinking. I'm going to drink myself to sleep. Red flag. Word. Bro. So boom. I don't know. I can't do it. There's got to be a threshold to the Mary J. Just going to keep it a band just like that. If the breath is hot, it's not an automatic like disclose, but it's a signal that something is not right. So I'm just like, how do you walk outside? You know what I'm saying? My deepest fear, now that I have veneers, is to get veneer breath. I'm not going to lie. I be brushing like a motherfucker. I be eating clean as a motherfucker. I be scared, right? And I be making sure I'll lick the bottle and I'll smell it. And we good, you know what I'm saying? And I always ask my friends, I'm like, yo, my breath good? We valid? You know what I'm saying? And they be like, you good. I got my little neem extract toothpaste. I got all that. I've been using that for a while, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, my deepest fear is bad breath. That shit will fuck. Ooh. I don't wish that on nobody, bro. Her breath was so bad, it made me flinch, gang. Like, you ever smell that shit? Oh my God. Oh my God. And then it's like nothing you do could save it. She needs to detox, colon cleanse. Go talk to Dr. Sebi. Go talk to Yaki Awaken. You need a colon cleanse. You need a cleanse. Word. You can't be out here looking good on the exterior, but the inside is looking like a junkyard, smelling like that. Killing me. And then you got to work on the attitude, my man. Come on. We could have been good. We could have been still together today. Even though we was never together to begin with, you was a cool shorty. But that little instinct, plus the breath on top, yeah, that sold it for me. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to take my losses. Damn, I'm sweating and shit. This is a hot story. Word. It's so hot, making my breath. I said my breath. Woo. I do not wish that on myself. My armpits is dark. You feel what I'm saying? This is why you don't wear gray, ladies and gentlemen. But it's like, damn, you can't win out here. You can't win out here, you know what I'm saying? And this happened a while ago. But I had to tell y'all this because I thought about that shit the other day. You know what I'm saying? When I was talking to the stripper shorty. Breath was hot too. You know what I'm saying? Because that smoker shit. It's just like everyone that I've met that is a heavy smoker, their shit stank. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, 90% of the time, their shit is hot. Hot. Right? And then they get that Colgate minty hot breath. It's like, what are y'all putting in that? You know what I'm saying? I be seeing mad black and green and all. I thought the Mary J was green. I be seeing brown shit. I be watching them make it. I'm like, wow, you guys are like craftsmen when you make that shit. And I be seeing all types of different devices come out the Louis bag and the MCM bags. Whoop, papers, some brown shit. I think it's called grabbers, Fontos. I don't know. I don't indulge in that, man. I'm very square. Keep it a band. I don't know anything about that, but another device, goddamn, what is that thing? The grinder, the twister, the twistables. I don't know the shit to minimize the size of the nugget. I think that's what they call it. The nugget. They put it in there and is it like a cracker? I can't say that. Not like that. It's Crusher. Hold on, I didn't mean it like that, guys. Calm down. Let's relax. I'm talking about, I could say cracker because like you can talk about cookies and shit like that, but I'm talking about a device. I'm not referring to the, you know what I mean? So, boom, so boom. Yeah, y'all let me know if you ever had a story where you met a bad John. You know what I'm saying? Or this is really what I want to know. For those who, indulge in the haha, right? Or the vaping or whatever, or the boogers, right? We call it the cig sticks boogers, you know what I'm saying? How do you keep your breath clean? You know what I'm saying? If honestly speaking, for those who do indulge in those activities, what is the dynamic? Why is it that it happens and you have the bad breath even though you do all the dental stuff? Like, what is that about? You know what I'm saying? I'm a little curious now because, I could probably give some advice, some game, because I feel like it's very normal now that like everybody I've met smokes. Like it's a 90% chance that they smoke. And it's just like, okay, then there's me. You feel what I'm saying? Like when I moved to Houston 8 months ago, right? I'd meet friends and I'd always see them. You trying to hit that? I'd be like, nah, I don't smoke. Oh, wow, look at you. You're a saint. Everybody else in the circle, it's like 6 of us. I'm the only one that's just like, wow, I'll say some dumbass shit like, oh, that's a blunt. Shut the fuck up. Just shut up. And I'm over here, just shut up and just get out of there. I would just find some way to indulge in the awkwardness of just not being the only one that doesn't ha. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the video for today. Shout out to y'all for, tapping in and watching this video. Also, that damn YouTube course is officially $50. But let me tell y'all something, right? There's a thing where I can make it 2 payments of $25. So for anybody who missed the $25 YouTube how to blow up on YouTube joint that's in the description, you guys are still good. I have a program where y'all can literally put $25 tomorrow and $25 next month. You know what I'm saying? So you can pay it in 2 installments. It's kind of like Afterpay. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like you get access to the full course. So for anybody that want to grow on YouTube, the link is in the description. And be glad that you can pay this bitch in installments. You know what I'm saying? If I was a greedy motherfucker, I'd be like one time. You feel what I'm saying? But other than that, follow me on Instagram. Get the little course. You know what I'm saying? And if you have any questions that I keep telling y'all motherfuckers this, please hit me up on Instagram. Or if you have any specific video requests that you guys would like for me to cover inside of the course to help you grow your channel and shit like that, let me know. I can add it to the course so that you guys get more content and it helps the next person that gets it. You feel what I'm saying? Right now, I think we got 79 people that hit it. We got 79 people that purchased the course. So shout out to all of y'all. Let me pull up the stamps because some of y'all not gonna believe me. Let me see. 79. Yeah. See all these people? Look at that. 4 pages worth of stamps. Listen here, all you motherfuckers that got the course, right? Make sure to goddamn leave a review too, you know what I'm saying? Because we over here, we trying to get the reviews up, you know what I'm saying? So these folks know this ain't cat. But yeah, this is what I was saying, to pay in 2 installments, right? 2 equal monthly payments of $25. So for all the people that be like, oh my God, heck, why the fuck did you run it up to $50? I'm going to wait until next week to buy. I just need 1 more week. This is your chance, right? Pay the $25 this month, pay the $25 next month, and you Gucci. You feel what I'm saying? You're good. But once you pay the first $25, you're going to be good. You're going to have the access to the full John. But for all those that be like, oh my God, I can't afford it. I understand. But like I said, I be seeing y'all motherfuckers. Y'all be having bread for Jordans, that ha-ha, right? Y'all be having your money for drinks. And it's like $25, $50 is still pretty low. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's suck your mother. Love you guys. And you guys have a great day.